Hi, Matt, the etrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the Bulldog Winch soft shackle. Now this would be a great option if you do like a soft shackle design, but you want something with a higher weight capacity. This is going to be the one for you. So let's check it out. Now if you're not very familiar with soft shackles, these are great for a lot of reasons when you compare them to hard shackles. So the biggest one for me is they're just easy to work with. So with the soft shackle, instead of having to unhook anything or unclip anything, this right here is all you have to do to make that connection, just putting it through a loop on one side. They're also going to be more lightweight, and they're going to be more compact because they're going to be flexible since they are made out of a synthetic rope. And if you're out and about doing some off-roading, you want to make sure you save as much space as possible because you're going to have a lot of other accessories, so this is going to be a great one to have on hand. And if anything were to happen when you are recovering something, if it were to break or fail on you, compared to a hard shackle, if a hard shackle breaks, it's going to be a little bit more dangerous for anyone who is around because it could break and disperse any of those parts around. Now with this one specifically, this is going to have a higher capacity compared to a lot of other soft shackles, and this one's going to be rated at 22,500 pounds. That's going to be your work and load limit. So that's actually really good, and it can handle a lot of your heavier duty rigs that you're pulling behind you or recovering behind you. This is going to be made of a synthetic rope that's going to be HMPE, and this holds up very well. On top of that, we're also going to have this cover. For one, I think that just makes it look a little bit nicer compared to some other ones, but it's also going to help protect it. So let's say you're using it outside and there's a rock next to you where you're doing that recovery at. If this were to rub up against this rock, that's going to help it make sure it lasts a little bit longer. And on top of that, we're going to have this striping that goes down it. So if you need to recover anything at night, it's a little bit harder to see inside your rig. This is going to be reflective, so it's going to be a little bit easier to spot when you need to use it. Now you are going to have a capacity of 22,500 pounds, so anything at that or below is going to be fine. It's also going to have a brake limit at 45,000 pounds. Now that's just going to be the brake limit, so that's letting you know at what weight this will break, so make sure that you never come close to that number. Now when it comes to actually using this is going to be a fairly long rope, and it's going to be about 31 inches, and it's going to have a 1/2 inch diameter to it. Now we'll say up here is a little bit thicker, but let's say you have a loop on the end of your vehicle like we do right now. This is going to be the way safe one, and it just goes into your receiver, but this is plenty of room for us today. We don't have to worry about it squeezing through any holes, and we can recover. Now, we're also going to be able to use any of these metal loops like we have right here. The reason why you might want to do this is if you don't want to unshackle this and then hook up, this is just going to be a much quicker way of hooking up to. And we're going to have this extra long loop at the very end of it, which is going to be about 10 inches in diameter. So when I compare that to some of the other ones I've handled, some of them are smaller and a little bit harder to get through. So this one really easy to use. When I try to get it through this side, it's going to be very tight, and I can get it to squeeze through there a little bit. Earlier I was able to, but eventually you're going to reach a point right here where it's going to stop. And another thing to watch out for with a soft shackle are going to be these hard edges here. Typically you're going to want something with a rounded edge. So you can use a point like this if it is just a little bit larger and you do have these rounded off edges to it. Now overall, I think this is going to be a solid option. It does inspire a lot of confidence in me, especially just holding it and using it. It feels very stout and it doesn't feel like it's going to give out at any point. Now if you do like this design, another one that I would recommend is going to be one by Bulletproof Hitches. This one's going to be a little bit more flexible, a little bit shorter, and it's just going to be a little bit more affordable too. Now I will note that these threads do feel a little bit looser in comparison to the one that I have here. So this one does inspire more confidence, but if you're doing some more light duty stuff, the Bulletproof would be good for you too. But either way you go, you can't really go wrong. Of course, if you guys have any questions, let us know here at etrailer. And again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.